That is Browns rookie quarterback Shedeur Sanders, caught going 41 miles over the speed limit.
By with a second car not far behind. Officers turn on lights and sirens. Both the truck and the car pull over.
Sanders was issued a ticket and a court summons, but if he pays a fine, he will not have to show up in court.
So it's been exactly 2 weeks since we've last made a video on Shedeur Sanders, and I already know the comment section is going to say, "Oh my god, Mike, another video on Shedeur Sanders." But at the same time, if I didn't make this video, I'd be getting tweets about why I didn't make a video on what happened to Shedeur Sanders. At this point, can you blame me? Because this has been one crazy roller coaster ride. Picture this, you're Shedeur Sanders, you're the son of an NFL legend. You just went from potential first round pick falling all the way to the 5th round. Now you're getting pulled over at 12:24 a.m. doing 101 miles per hour on the highway just weeks after getting drafted. The story just keeps getting crazier and crazier. So we're gonna update you guys on everything. Before we get to the content, this video is sponsored. When building a YouTube channel, you do start to rack up a lot of expenses. You combine my business with my day-to-day life expenses with my bills, and it could be a lot to manage on your own, which is why I partnered with Rocket Money. Rocket Money is an all-in-one personal finance application that helps you cancel subscriptions, lower bills, and manage your money better. Rocket Money automatically analyzes your accounts to determine the optimal time to save so you can reach your goals faster. Choose your savings goal, pick a preferred savings frequency, and watch your savings start to grow. You can edit, pause, or withdraw at any time. With Rocket Money, you can create a customized budget in seconds. The app shows you where your money is going at all times and identifies top spending categories with insights on how you can stay within your budget better. Rocket Money will notify you about upcoming charges or when your balance is low to help you avoid overdrafts and late fees. Take control of your finances today. Go to rocketmoney.com/microphone to start for free. That's rocketmoney.com/microphone, or just download the app and use promo code microphone so you can start for free. And thank you, Rocket Money, for today's sponsor. Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's going on, everybody? So Shedeur Sanders was supposed to be a top 5 or top 10 pick. We're talking about number 2 overall, potentially behind Cam Ward. ESPN had him at a 96 to 97% chance of being selected by pick 21. And then he just kept falling and falling and falling. And probably the craziest part about this whole thing is he was live streaming the entire thing, which gave us some great moments where his father would react to each team passing on him. I mean, there was the Browns passing on him, and then his dad said this about his future teammate. There was when the Saints passed on him at pick number 10. There was when the Saints passed on him again to take Tyler Shaw. There was obviously the infamous prank call.
This is Mickey Loomis here, GM of the Saints.
Good, been waiting on you.
Yeah, we have. It's been a long wait, man. We're gonna take you with our next pick right here, man.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Let's be legendary.
But you're gonna have to wait a little bit longer, man.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Ready to go. What does that mean?
And eventually the Browns would trade up and grab him at pick 144 in the 5th round. This man went from potentially making $40+ million as a first round pick to signing a 5th round contract. And everybody was wondering why. People were suggesting that NFL teams were racist, even though the number 1 overall pick in this year's NFL draft was a black quarterback. But eventually, analysts unanimously pointed to one factor, and it was the fact that Shedeur Sanders bombed the pre-draft interviews. And when you take a look at his draft combine footage, it makes a lot of sense.
If you ain't trying to change the franchise or the coach, don't give me. You should know history repeats itself over and over and over, and I've done it over and over and over, so it should be no question why an NFL franchise should pick me. You think I'm worried about what critics say or what people gotta say? You know who my dad is? They hated on him too, so it's like, it's almost normal. Without people hating, it's not normal for us.
And this isn't just my own assessment. Todd McShay famously said this on his podcast.
Surprised it wasn't being talked about. That Shedeur Sanders, I told you, if you've been following the show from the beginning, told you there were 2 personnel people that I spoke to who were in the room during interviews, which means they're key parts of the organization. Let's leave it at that. 2 teams drafting in the top 10 with quarterback needs where the interviews did not go well. Not disrespectful, nothing harsh, just felt like the phrase I've been using, and I think it aptly describes it. Shedeur we didn't get the sense that Shedeur cared all that much about what we thought of him.
One scout even told reporters that this was the worst formal interview I've ever seen in my life. He's so entitled. He takes unnecessary sacks. He never plays on time. He has horrible body language. And he blames teammates. And to his credit, there is evidence of Shedeur Sanders blaming his teammates.
How many times did Raul get touched? Of course, whenever you're able to run the ball consistently and whenever you're able to, then that opens up the pass, you know? But it's just like you got to understand like what your team good at. So it's like, why would we keep running the ball if we out there and we get in a situation where it's a must get and we don't get it? But if we're going to go down, I'd rather go down swinging because I know I could throw the best punch.
I mean, it all made a lot of sense when you took a step back and paid attention to it. I don't think his father helped things either when he said things like this 1 year ago.
I know where I want them to go. So there's certain cities that ain't gonna happen. It's gonna be it's gonna be an Eli.
And I think this created one of the most interesting storylines that I've ever covered surrounding the NFL draft. Because you have a player that was considered to be a potential first round pick, sliding all the way to a 5th round pick who could potentially start for the Cleveland Browns. And this is where the story gets really juicy. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not as passionate as Mel Kiper was on draft day in regards to Shedeur Sanders being successful.
For 50 years when it comes to evaluating quarterback, clueless. All that, no idea what they're doing in terms of evaluating quarterback. That's proof. How many times they say we know exactly what we're talking about with quarterback? They don't.
But I could understand the take. In Colorado in 2024, Shedeur completed 74% of his passes. Now, according to Cam Ward, there was one specific reason for that.
They gave you a completion percentage award, and all you did was throw check downs and bubble screens. That's actually crazy.
So now the current situation is Shedeur Sanders is fighting for his life in one of the most interesting quarterback battles in Cleveland. He's behind Joe Flacco, who's a quarterback that's 40 years old, that's become a journeyman in the late stage of his career, but experienced tremendous success in Kevin Stefanski's system the last time he was in it. Kenny Pickett, who was once a promising first-round pick that has recently become a journeyman himself, and Dylan Gabriel, a quarterback that was selected right before him in the 3rd round. And so far, the practice numbers on Shedeur are a little mixed. On one hand, he is actually the best quarterback statistically in camp out of all these QBs. Through the open practices that reporters tracked, Shedeur Sanders was completing over 77% of his passes with 9 touchdowns and 1 interception. Meanwhile, Kenny Pickett was sitting at 60% with 0 touchdowns. But the thing is, Shedeur Sanders is getting 4th team reps. Despite this, his head coach is still giving him praise, saying that he's in there early, he's getting his work done, he's working really, really hard. I like everything about Shedeur. His offensive coordinator, Tommy Rees, said that Shedeur Sanders has really put in a lot of work in the mental side of the game. But Mary Kate Cabot from Cleveland gave us all a very rough reality check. Shedeur right now is the 4th team quarterback. He did not take any team reps the other day. Not just that he wasn't the 2nd or 1st guy, he didn't take any 11 on 11s that day. And I'll tell you, the hardest part about doing research about this is there's so many mixed opinions on Shedeur, and you could clearly tell everyone has an agenda. This is one of my favorite X accounts because it pretty much gasses up each and every single rookie each and every year at this time of year, and I just find it to be humorous, saying Shedeur put an absolute show at Browns OTAs today. Sanders finished today going 7 of 8, which is 78%, 100 plus yards and 3 TDs. Sanders was reportedly the most efficient of any QB on the field during the team portions of practice, leading all QBs in completion percentage and total TDs. It's early, but Sanders' ball placement reportedly looks the most elite of any young QB to come through the Browns roster in years. Several sources close to the Browns reportedly believe it's 100% possible that Sanders ends up as the week 1 starter if he continues the elite practice performances. Here's another one. Shedeur Sanders reportedly stole the show once again at Browns OTAs today. Sanders' precision, timing, and accuracy have reportedly been as advertised through a few practices now. Today, Sanders reportedly went 9 of 14, which is 64%, for 100 plus passing yards, 3 passing TDs, and 1 interception off of a tipped pass. One source close to the situation reportedly believes that Sanders will close the case fairly easily once he receives a consistent shot with the first team. It feels insane to say this early, but the Tom Brady playstyle is becoming evident. He elevates the game of everyone around him. You see what I mean by gassing up rookies a little bit too early? I mean, don't get me wrong, Shedeur Sanders could be incredible in the NFL. Automatically coming out and saying that he's playing like Tom Brady because he's taking 4 team reps is insane. Now, Could he be an excellent player at the NFL level? Absolutely. But John Frisella also provides a nice counter argument here. Shedeur Sanders in this particular play stares his wide receiver down. It's obviously in a limited practice session, so I don't know how much stock you could put into this, but the fact that he stares his wide receiver down isn't something you want to do in a legitimate NFL game. But at the same time, Shedeur Sanders is clearly a hit with the kids. And if you take a look at the footage behind the scenes, the way he's interacting with his teammates does make it seem like his teammates actually really enjoy him and really support him.
Placement is just outstanding. If we could just get a tight end and catch it at some point.
Just throw it up to me. I want to take care of the rest. Just throw it up. I'll take care of the rest.
You better not put that blick up if you score. You see, Coach got on you. Got on me.
On you, not me. I didn't do that. I slam it. You know. You be playing with the Browns. You know what I do? I'm Madden. Yeah.
Which brings us to probably the main reason I decided to make this video, but I'd feel kind of stupid making this video if I didn't provide you a training camp update first, is the fact that Shedeur Sanders made a horrific mistake. Check this out. It's literally 12:24 in the morning on June 17th, and Shedeur Sanders is flying down Interstate 71 North in his black 2025 Dodge Ram TRX. Now, as Shedeur Sanders is driving, the cops clock him doing 41 over the speed limit, and that's not just speeding, that's I'm late for something very important type of speed.
Affirm, it's out of Colorado. How you doing? 101. Got you 101 miles an hour. Do you have your license proof insurance on you? Yeah, I got her at 92. Yeah, what's in there? License or? I don't need registration, I just need license proof insurance. What's your social security number? Sanders, are you, do you have a Ohio driver's license? Okay, what's your first name? Shedeur. Do you have a Colorado driver's license? Alright. Alright, hang tight, I'll be back in a minute.
What are you doing on this side?
It's just my, partner, just back up. He's not doing anything. Oh, I'm gonna cut you a break. I'm not gonna give her a ticket. Like I said, I got her at 92, but 101. I got a dash cam and stuff, man. Like.
I don't remember, but I'll take your word.
Okay, all right, I appreciate it. It is gonna be waiverable, okay? Your state where you're at has an agreement with Ohio that if you don't take care of the ticket, they will suspend your Mississippi license, okay? So there's a phone number and all that on the back. If you just want to sign here by the X, it's just stating that you're going to take care of the citation. If you don't, they can suspend your license. Okay? Yeah, just pay it or call it. Call the number on the back. All right, man, appreciate it. How fast do you think you're going if you don't think you're at 101? Because I know this truck supercharged, it will do it. Oh, I gave it to me a little late. Who's it from?
Is that from Boykin?
Can't read it. I don't know who that is. Yeah, I already wrote it, man. You got to give that to me before. Well, I'm going to give your girl a break, okay? I'm colorblind. Okay, the phone number, address is on the back here, okay? I'm going to go up, give her license back, and then when I come back, then pull out and be safe here, okay?
And here's the craziest part. His girlfriend was following behind in a green Genesis doing 92 miles per hour, but she got off with just a warning. According to the police report, Shedeur was actually pretty cool during the entire situation. There's no drama, no "do you know who I am?" He just took his 4th-degree misdemeanor citation and his $250 fine like a man. But honestly, this timing couldn't have been any worse. This was literally after he finished mandatory minicamp with the Browns. Like, you just got drafted by a team known for quarterback disasters, and the first headline is about speeding. What makes this even crazier is that Shedeur honestly had no issues at Colorado. Like, he had a squeaky clean record for 2 whole years. I mean, don't get me wrong, there was the flexing of the watch and the trash talking. Yeah, if you're not a fan of Shedeur Sanders, you might find that to be annoying, but obviously that's not going to get you into trouble. That's just causing controversy. And honestly, thankfully, nothing bad happened, but the reaction to this on social media is hilarious. I mean, Shedeur Sanders makes sure he gets to the Browns practice facility before anyone else. That's what a true leader does. You love to see it. Browns got their guy. Probably the funniest part about all this is he's getting compared to LeBron James, because when LeBron James was 23 years old, he drove 101 miles per hour on the highway on his 23rd birthday and gave no assurance that he wouldn't go that fast again. So automatically Cleveland Browns fans are saying, "Oh my God, it's the next coming of LeBron James!" It's like when Shedeur Sanders gives you a ride home. At the end of the day, man, this has happened before, okay? Like, obviously it's a terrible look, and thank God it's not a DUI or anything of that sort. This could have ended disastrously, and thankfully nobody got hurt. Hopefully he learns from this, and it's definitely not the way you want to start your Cleveland Browns career when you fell from a 1st-round pick to a 5th-round pick because of character concerns. But this is obviously something that he could put behind him and move forward. I guess I'm a little desensitized to this because I've seen instances where players were able to move on and not cause other off the field issues after initially doing something stupid like this. Most recently, Jordan Addison got into a situation like this during his rookie year, and ever since then he had a squeaky clean record. Hopefully Shedeur Sanders can learn from this and move on. Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about our bi-weekly Shedeur Sanders update. Ironically, we have a video on Henry Ruggs coming out very soon. It was either posted before this video or it's going to be the very next video following this. I'm going to leave it in the end screen if it's already up. And aside from that, I'm your boy Mike, and I'm dropping our mic until our next upload.